Hi guys, it's Kiyako here, back with another speed build. This is a speed build of a Japanese-style family home meant for a single mom and her teenage son. I knew I wanted to do a house build because I've been doing a couple apartment builds recently, and while I love doing apartment builds, like I really love doing apartment builds, sometimes I just feel like this weird pressure to keep practicing like architecture and architectural builds, just because sometimes I feel like if I don't do architectural builds often enough, I just kind of forget how to, and I get really bad at it, and I get really insecure about my architecture sometimes. So I knew I wanted to like actually build a house, but I will be doing a lot more apartments in the future. I wanted to do a Japanese inspired home. I've done a lot of Japanese inspired builds and used the Snowy Escape pack a lot. And that's just because I love it so much. I love all the meshes and the build objects and the buy mode objects. It's so wonderful, and I love how it looks, and I love the colors and the vibe, and I was just like revisiting an old favorite of mine. So yeah, here I'm just putting together the house. It's not too architecturally complicated. It's just pretty much two blocks next to each other. I wasn't like really going crazy with the architecture here. Putting a trim around the top over here, and then I'm gonna put in a roof. I think this is like a slanted roof or like a curved roof. I'm not sure what you would call like this roof type, where it's like at it's at a sloped roof maybe? Not sure. Put in the trim, and then I'm gonna go with this red color here. I don't think I've used this red roof before, but I do think it's really pretty. And then I pop like a red tree in the back over there just to complement the red roof. And I thought that was really pretty too. Just putting in my greenery. Didn't go super crazy with the greenery, did it pretty simply. Put some bamboo fencing over here. And then in the back, or not the back, but like the side little yard area, just put some more greenery. Putting in my dirt just to make the greenery look more grown and real. And then I put a little pathway back in this little garden area. I didn't really intend for this garden area to be like anything useful. I just thought it was like a pretty little addition, maybe just like a place to relax and just walk through and like calm down, or maybe do yoga or something. I just thought it'd be like a nice little addition. Putting in my doors, archways, walls, etc., all that in here. Again, I wasn't trying to be super creative here. I just wanted to do some interior design that I like doing. So kept it pretty simple with the walls and the flooring. I went with initially this blue tile that I ended up changing to a different tile. I do really like this tile. I do think it's very pretty, and I will definitely use in the future. It's just with the style that I ended up going with in terms of like the kitchen and the build in general, I just didn't feel like it went super well, so I ended up changing it. And I know not everyone's gonna like that because this is very pretty tile, but I promise you I will use it in the future. Putting in my cabinets. So basically, just so you know, the style that I was going for here is kind of like a updated, more modern feel to, you know, what I've done in the past, which has generally been kind of more traditional, a little bit older looking Japanese homes. This one I want it to be a little bit more updated, a little bit more fresh. So my color palette has this like shade of green in it, which I think is so pretty. Started it with the Smeg fridge and then added it into this table, and you'll see that green color again in several other places inside this home. Put this little rug in under this little table in the kitchen, a little trash can over here. Surprisingly, because this is where I was considering like putting in like some food bowls for like a cat or something, because recently I've been adding cats into a lot of my builds for no reason other than I like adding cat stuff into my builds. I think the interior design of it looks kind of cute. I like the look of there's like a little animal there. But in this build I didn't, which is surprising considering I actually got a cat last night, like in real life. So it's weird because in real life I have a cat now, and now there's no cat in my builds. It's like I manifested the cat, I guess. Anyways, put in a dining table here. Use that traditional style of the seating on the floor. I thought that was so pretty. I ended up using this low light in the same wood grain as my kitchen counters and the table. Put in a cabinet. I ended up moving that actually over to the corner. I thought that could be like, I don't know, like a china cabinet, or just like maybe an extra closet space, something like that. Thought about putting a chair in that corner, ended up just keeping it simple, just put paintings on the wall. It's a little bit small of a space, so I didn't want to cramp it up too much, and there was already that other cabinet, so I just ended up putting these paintings here and then just left it at that. This back area I end up using for the living room and just like a general chill area. Put in this green rug. As you can see, all my rugs are like the same shade of green that I think is so pretty. Put in a side table over here for the couches in the living room. I thought about putting an ironing board in there, ended up just putting it to the side for now. Trying to find a lamp, I end up going with this one in a very interesting like textured base, and then I go with this coffee table, and then this big modern console I thought looked really nice for the TV. I'm gonna decorate that really quick, just putting some books on there, keeping it pretty simple, little clock, little tissue box, nothing too crazy. I didn't want this space to be very cluttered. I want it to be not necessarily minimalistic, but just a lot of clean lines, not much clutter, very simple and elegant, I guess, is what I was going for. I pop a keyboard over there in the corner. So what I was imagining is like the mom, I think is like some sort of like composer or something, like she's like a musician, like she's very talented and successful, and that's how she, as a single mom, provides for her family, and they have this really great house, and she just kind of makes music for a living, so that piano is for her. And then I pop that chess board on the side, as I've been doing a lot recently. I didn't particularly imagine her son as being like a chess champion or something. I thought the chess board could just be like something between them. They used to bond together, like the mom and the son, they just play chess together. I thought that'd be pretty cute. I'm not too sure about the character of the son yet. I didn't really think that deeply about who he was or like what he wanted or what he was doing with his life, or his hobbies or anything. I just kind of dressed his room up to be a pretty simple teenage boy's room. I guess maybe he could also be a musician like his mom. Maybe like she taught him piano and they play piano together, something like that. Maybe that's pretty cute. But yeah, here I'm just setting up his room. Kept it pretty simple. This one's a little bit more cluttered just because, I was thinking, teenage boy, he's gonna have like posters on his room, he's gonna have books in a couple places, just a little bit more cluttered. So put that laptop there for him. And then I put a wardrobe cabinet thing over here for him too. Popped a little hamper next to there, and then here I am putting the posters on the wall. I really do like these posters. They're a little bit outside of what I would normally do, considering they're not all in the same color palette, and usually I go insane about keeping my color palettes like entirely the same, but I was a little bit looser in terms of this room just because, I don't know, it was like a teenage boy's room, and I was like, he's gonna have a lot of different posters, so I guess it makes sense that they're not all gonna be in the same color palette. So I was a little bit more relaxed there. But this is the mother's room that I'm working on now. Went with this very dark brown rug with this beautiful tree pattern on it. I really like this rug, it's very nice. Putting in a side table next to the bed, and I'm going with this same one from the living room, just because it's from the Snowy Escape pack and the wood grain smash, and I think it's very cute, so I ended up just keeping that the same. Again, you can see I put a bench at the end of the bed, even though it doesn't make any sense to put benches at the end of beds. Doesn't make any sense at all, but whatever. Put in a painting over here by the bed, and then on this side here, I put in the ironing board, which I'm going to decorate with some clothes and some just little things to make it look like the ironing board is being used to, iron. Put this bag at the end of the bed. Kind of thought about it as like she comes home, she goes to her room, she throws her bag on the bench. That kind of thing was my thought process for having that bag there. Moving on to this side of the room, I put in a desk for her. Again, keeping it pretty simple, just a computer, a light, not a lot of decoration here. I ended up moving that light to the other side to make space for this file thing, this paper holder thing. And then over here, I put the dresser with a mirror above it, which I suppose this could also be used as vanity, but I just kind of put it as a dresser with a mirror above it. Painting on the wall, some decorations gonna go on here, put a candle there, and some books, and a plant, that's what else I put on there. In this corner, I stick a plant, and yeah, I keep that room pretty simple and empty, but yeah. That is the build. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this. This was really fun to do. I always love doing Japanese inspired builds. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.